So we've covered West Point, Maldron, and Rosewood, so we only have one place left to cover. That's right, you guessed it. Today we're going to be talking about Dixie. They got trailers, and more trailers, and a gas station. And that's about it. So actually I changed my mind. Today we're going to be talking about Riverside because there they actually have stuff. So Riverside to me personally seems like the best spawn location out of all four. The loot there is on par with the loot that you would find at West Point, but what makes it really special is that while the loot is near that of West Point, the zombie population is much lower. Riverside has the third lowest zombie population out of the four spawns, only being beaten by Rosewood. So it doesn't have a lot of zombies and it has a lot of loot. Well, that just seems perfect, and it kind of is. So let me show you specifically where you can get loot inside Riverside. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to start at the bottom and then make my way up to the top of Riverside. So at the very bottom we have the gated community. Not only would this make for a pretty good place to set up a base, but there is also a few sheds behind some of the houses which could give you some much needed building materials. Now working our way up to the center of town, we have a pretty large school, so you should be able to find all the books that you'll need. But you can always get more because a little north of the school inside the shopping district, we have a bookstore, then a little down the street we have a pharmacy and a clothing store. Then going back up the street there's another clothing store, and then even further up the street we have a hardware store where you can find the tools that you'll need to start building fortifications. And then a little more up the road you can find a sports store that'll have equipment such as baseball bats, hockey sticks, and some sporting helmets which could give you some pretty good protection. And then if we head out of the shopping district there'll be a VHS store where you can get some tapes to level up your skills even further, and then above there is a police station and a gas station right next to each other. So now heading up towards the far north of Riverside, right by the river we have a fishing store that has camping equipment and all the fishing supplies you could want. So next if you go to...
Hey Spoodle, is that all you were gonna say about the fishing store?
Well, yeah?
Okay, it has become incredibly obvious to me you have no idea what you're talking about. This is not just a fishing store, it's a home. It comes with count 'em, two water barrels. Plenty of storage, a fridge, and a small restaurant just down the road for all your eating needs. There's even a gas station. It's a bit away, sure, but you could walk. It's not gonna kill you, okay? And if you really wanted to expand on this already perfect base, first of all, how dare you? Second, there's a whole residential area just behind the store for you to disassemble to your heart's content. And finally, the best part of it all, you are right next to the beautiful Ohio River. Imagine how much fishing you can get done.
Alright then, well, moving on. So down to the left of the fishing shop, there's a bar for all you in-game alcoholics, and then above that is a northern residential area, which has this fenced-in area right next to it, which can not only make for a well-protected base once you block off the entrance, but is also a great place to level up your mechanics skill due to the large amount of cars. So those are some locations inside of Riverside you may want to visit, but what about outside of Riverside? Yep, that's right, it's time to talk about the location of Riverside on the map. So first I'll start off with the bad. So it's incredibly far away from all the other spawns. To get to any of these locations, you have to travel through miles and miles of farmland, but besides being really far away from all the other towns, the location of Riverside is actually pretty good. As the name implies, it's right beside the river, and if you don't want any of that stinky river water, there's another smaller river to the south. Or is that a stream? Or a long pond? Okay, well anyways, right next to that's a country club where you can go and relax if you get tired of the apocalypse, and a little to the north of that is really what makes this my favorite spawn location. Just a little to the left of Riverside, there's this area which 1 has a gas station, 2 an auto repair shop, 3 some storage buildings, and 4 this massive factory that has an insane amount of crates. Like the amount of loot in this one little area is absolutely insane, and it really just puts the icing on the cake when it comes to spawning at Riverside. So those are the reasons I think you should spawn at Riverside. It has great loot, not too many zombies, and is at a pretty good location if you ignore the fact that it's literally across the map from all the other spawns. And before I say anything else, I would like to thank Matsy for his contribution to the video. If you don't already know who he is, Matsy's another Project Zomboid creator who makes a ton of really cool and interesting videos, so I definitely recommend checking him out. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, please go down and hit that like and subscribe button, it's really the best way you can support the channel, and comment down below what you think the best spawn location in Project Zomboid is, and I will see you all in the next one.